Can you hear me now? Sorry, guys. My mic got unplugged. I will join again. Start again. My name's Maddy. Welcome to Superhero Academy. And thank you so much for joining us in the Northern Rockies Museum and the fabulous Tara, who was just calling me to tell me that my mic was not plugged in, which was not very good. But we are going to be making our superhero puppets today. So you're going to need a few supplies. You are going to need some string. For those of you who got our packages, you could use the yarn that you bought, or that was from the previous, the Agents of Kindness, the laser grid yarn. That would be perfect for this. You're also going to need some brass fasteners, which are these things right here. And I know that they're kind of a weird thing to have, but you can use pipe cleaners. So you can get pipe cleaners pretty easily at any dollar store if you can't find brass fasteners. So not to worry if you can't find those. You're going to need some pencil crayons. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need a hole punch. I've got a 2-hole punch because do you think I could find my 1-hole punch? No, but 1-hole punch would be best. And some glue. And of course, our printables. And on the printables, we also have these photos. And these are going to come in real handy when we do our tying of the string. It gives a really good diagram of how the string needs to be tied because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to show it really well on the stream today. So thank you everybody for joining us again. And I do just want to do my little spiel. Make sure that you share and like this video. That helps out the museum so very much. If you are able to give us a small donation, that makes a big difference. And we also have more of our printables on our Teachers Pay Teachers website, so please go and check that out as well. All right, without further ado, we are going to start again on our puppets here. So the first thing you want to do is decide if you want long hair or if you want short hair. So whatever your superhero has, you can have the spiky short hair or the long hair on this one. So I'm going to do long hair on my girl. So I'm going to start coloring that out. And I think that I'm going to do her hair yellow. So I'm going to color that long hair one all nice and yellow to start here. And the great thing about this is that you don't need to color in the lines. And I'll show you what I mean here. See how messy I am coloring? Because I'm going to cut this, it doesn't matter that I'm coloring outside the lines. The scissors are going to fix that. So you don't need to color in the lines. You can go crazy on this one here. Go crazy. Is everybody excited for the Easter Bunny to come? I know that he may be delayed in some areas because of quarantine and social distancing, but I know that he will make it one way or another because the Easter Bunny is totally awesome. And I've seen that so many people in town have painted their windows so beautifully, or they've put Easter eggs up in the windows. So nice to see all of that. So I've got my hair done. And the next thing I'm going to color is my face. So see that is my face. So I'm going to draw out some eyes and a mouth. I'm just going to use a marker, but you could use a pencil crayon to do this too. And I want to make sure that I have a real smiling face here. So we're going to draw our mouth on our superhero. So I've got my mouth on her, and now I'm going to draw some eyes. Nice, great big eyes on our superhero. So we've got some eyes there. Probably have some eyebrows too. And you could also draw if you made a mask for your superhero the other day, you could draw your mask on there. Or if you have a helmet for your superhero, maybe you want to put a mustache on your superhero, or they're wearing a bandana. So you can add all of those onto the face. And now I'm going to draw my nose on my superhero. Great. So I've got my face all done, and I'm just going to color in my face. And let's see, what color should I do? I'm trying to find like a light pinky color here. Ah, that one. Looks kind of close to my skin color here. So we're going to color that all in. And remember, it doesn't matter if you color outside of those lines because you're going to cut it. So it's going to fix itself all out. And I know that some of you are going to take a long time coloring it in, making sure that it is absolutely perfect. And that is wonderful. And I know that some of you are going to color really quickly, like I am too. And that's also great. So if you are going slower, that's okay. You can always come back and watch this video later once you're all done. And have you guys been keeping up with your happy thoughts jar? I know that I have, and today I put in that I love superheroes. As you can see, I've got a superhero shirt here. Her name is Black Canary. I bet you guys don't even know that superhero, but she is one of my favorites. All right. And I just need to color in the lips on my lady here. Color in those lips. Let's do some red lips. And I'm going to color my eyes in blue. Oops, that's gray. Blue. Great. So I got those two done. Now I'm just going to cut these out, these two parts, while I have them colored, and we're going to glue them together. So, and if you are experiencing any lag, I just got a pop-up on our Be Live program that said that they are experiencing high numbers of live streams right now, so it may lag. So I am so sorry, guys, if that happens. But we're going to cut all the way around our hair. And you may have done the short hair, so make sure you're cutting out the short hair, and you won't need to cut out the long hair. And so I have my hair. And some of you might wonder why my scissors are so big and weird. Well, my husband bought these to think that they thought that they were really good. They're laser pointer. So like they draw a line on the, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's supposed to help you cut a straight line. I think it makes it worse. And they're really big and kind of funky looking. So, oops, let's turn off our laser. I guess they're kind of like super scissors though, right? And the head's really easy to cut out because it's pretty much just a big circle. Great, so I've got my head. Ooh, she kind of looks scary. I got my head and my hair, and I'm going to glue these on now. So glue my hair onto my head. Awesome. So there is her head. There we go. Now we can start on with the next part. We're going to do her body. So that is the big rectangle shape on the page that we cut out the head from. So you're going to want to make this look like the front of your superhero, the body. So maybe you have a crest or an emblem. Yesterday, I was wearing that locket, my pocket watch. So I would draw that on here. So I'm going to first draw that locket. I'm going to do it with my marker here. My stopwatch of time. And I'm going to just draw some little cords going up to my cape because that's how my pocket watch was fastened yesterday. You could also draw, if you guys have a utility belt like Batman, where he's got like his batarangs and his whips and all of those things in there, you could put that on to this too. So I've drawn my little pocket watch there, and now I can start coloring this in. And I am going to do my body kind of a black color. And again, you don't need to color in the lines for this one because we are just going to be cutting it out. So feel free to kind of go crazy. Color wild here. And I know I've been using pencil crayons for most of the projects that we've been doing. But you guys, feel free to use markers or crayons or whatever else. I just really like pencil crayons. I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer markers or pencil crayons or crayons? I guess some projects work better with others than some of the other ones. Almost done coloring that in. Just coloring around my pocket watch. And now I need to color my pocket watch. I'm going to color it in gray. Great. So I have my body done. And now I need to start coloring in my legs and arms. So there is one leg and one arm on this page, and there is a leg and an arm on this page. So you guys can start coloring those and remember what you had your costume look like. So did your sleeves go all the way down, or were you wearing like a t-shirt like I am today? So make sure you draw those lines. Did you have tall boots on your character, or maybe you were just wearing shoes? Maybe you were barefoot. Maybe you don't even need to wear shoes when you are a superhero. So you can start coloring those in too. And thank you. I've been practicing a while drawing faces, but I still think I need a lot more time drawing them, Malaya. All right, so we are going to, I'm not sure what color I should do my arms and legs right now. I did this one yesterday. This is my superhero Momentia. So in this one, my arms and legs are like kind of like a blacky blue. So I guess I will continue with that. So I'll put her back up there. So let's find my black color I was using earlier here. All right. Use this color and this color. All right. And I think I had tall boots too. So I'm going to draw in my boots on my feet. Got to have those boots. And I had a long sleeve shirt on, so I'm going to draw those lines onto my arms and legs. I'm just lining up my legs to make sure that my boots are the same height. You don't want one tall boot and one long boot. You could, though. If that's part of your superhero costume, that may be kind of cool, too. All right, time to color. Start with my legs. And the holes, the circles that you have on your superhero, on the arms and the legs, those are the holes that we are going to punch out with our hole punch. So you can color those in or not. It doesn't really matter. But make sure you don't draw any designs in there because those are going to be punched out. And I am so excited for next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we are going to be making butter. So just a heads up for everybody who did buy packages and who didn't, you are going to need heavy cream to do that. But we did give you a container and a rock to agitate the cream to make the butter. But I'm very excited about it because I will be at a farm and we will be meeting a whole bunch of different farm animals while we are making the butter together. So that is going to be lots of fun. We've got a whole bunch of different farm animals for you guys to check out. And we are also going to be doing a painting of a birch forest. And we're going to be making a 3D flower. Means that it opens up and it sticks out from the paper. And we're also going to be learning about Thomas Drummond, who was a botanist, that's somebody who studies plants and animals, who came to Hinton in 1825. So that's a really long time ago. And he came across bears and very interesting people. And he discovered and named a whole bunch of really cool plants. So Tara's actually going to be talking more about that next week on Wednesday. So I've got my clothing part of my arms and legs done, but now I need to do my hands and my feet. So I am going to color those in. So I need to find my skin color again so that I can do my hands and feet. Or I guess just my hands. I'm not coloring my feet. I have boots on for mine. You could also make, if you have a character that has a weapon, you could make a sword to put in their hands. You could make a whip, maybe. There's lots of different things that you could do. So I've got my hands colored in now. And now I just need to do my boots. And my boots are kind of like a purpley color, it looks like. So I'm going to color in my boots. And again, doesn't matter if you color outside of those lines. So there's one, and last boot. Last one. Now, remember, if you have shoelaces on your boots or your shoes, you're going to want to draw those in. Or, you know how shoes have tongues on them or zippers? You're going to want to put that on too. So I'm actually going to draw some zippers on the sides of my boots because that's how I'm going to get them on. So I'm just going to draw some zippers on the sides. There's one zipper. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a zipper on the side there. And let's put a zipper on the other side. Great. And if some of you had a superpower that came from a ring or something like that, you could draw some fingers there and then put your ring on. But I'm all done my arms and legs and body, so I'm going to cut out all of those pieces. We don't need to worry about the cape yet. Don't cut out the cape, just the arms, legs, and body. So here is my one leg. This is my left leg here. So I'm just going to put it over. And let's do my arm now. Take your time when you're cutting this. You want nice, clean cuts. And by the end of it, you guys are going to be amazing cutters from all of this practice you've had cutting with Quarantrain. I'm going to be uber impressed with your skills. So here is one of the arms. I'm going to cut out my body now. So that's that big rectangle shape. Try to get as close as you can to that black outside line for your body. It's my body with my time traveling pocket watch. And now I just have my other arm and leg. And we are going to be hole punching soon. If you can't find a hole punch, you can just use a pair of scissors to poke a hole. That will work just fine. So there's my right leg. That's all done. And then we've just got this arm. One more arm. Ooh. My scissors got all tangled in there. All right. And my other arm. So I have all of the parts of my body. I'm just going to take all of this extra paper and put it into the recycling over there. And we need to hole punch. Now, so all of the circles that we have, see all of the circles that we have on our arms and legs and bodies, we are going to hole punch. So we should have 2 holes in each of the arms and legs and 4 holes in the body. And let's see if I can hopefully get this right here. Hopefully. All right, so there's 1 hole there. Gonna put in another hole. And this would be so much easier if you guys had a single hole punch. Right, so that's 1 arm done. And I'm gonna do a leg now. So same thing, we're gonna punch those 2 holes and make sure that your holes are right on the circles or else they're not gonna be as strong when we put it all together. So I've got that one done. I'm gonna do another arm now. 1 hole. There's that one. And our last one here. Oh boy, 1 more hole on our arm or our leg. So I just have to do my body holes now. And there are 4 of them, so make sure you get all of them done. And I've got, oops, that one didn't pop out. Got 1 more to do. Great. So we have all of our holes done. We don't need our hole punch anymore. It can go away. I'm going to glue my head onto my superhero right now. So we're going to glue that head onto there. And we're gluing it so that her chin, or his chin, is on the front of it. Once you have your head glued on, we're going to start adding our body parts here. So I want you to grab your brass fasteners, or you can grab your pipe cleaners. If you're using a pipe cleaner, you're going to want to cut your pipe cleaner into 4 sections. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to fold the pipe cleaner in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again, and then we're going to cut all of the folds. Just with a pair of scissors. You can ask your parents or guardian for some help with that. But now I've got 4 parts here. So if you are using a brass fastener, what you're going to do is you are going to take your body. You take your body and you are going to put the brass fastener through the front of the body. And then you're going to take, whether you're doing an arm or a leg, so I'm going to do my arm, and I'm going to stick the brass fastener through the lower hole. The lower hole. We don't want the hole on the top. We want the lower hole. So I'm going to stick my hand, and I want to make sure that the colored part is facing forward. And I'm going to stick my brass fastener in, and then I'm going to fold down the edges of my brass fastener. So her arm should kind of just hang right now. And for those of you who are doing pipe cleaners, I'll show you how to do that one too. So you're going to want to take your pipe cleaner and you're going to want to make a loop kind of at the top. You can also kind of tie a knot. That would work too. So see, it almost looks like a snake. I've got a coil, and then I've got this long bit that hangs out. And I am going to do the exact same thing I did with the brass fastener. I'm going to stick it through the hole so that the loop is on the outside. And then I'm going to grab my arm. And I'm going to put the pipe cleaner through the lower hole, not the top hole. And then I'm going to make a loop, just like I did with the front one, as close as I can to the paper. Coil it all up. You might have some extra, that's okay. But see, now that is my brass in replace of a brass fastener, but she does have a fuzzy armpit almost there, which is kind of funny. So there's that. So I'm going to continue doing that on the legs. So I'm going to grab another brass fastener for the legs. I'm going to put brass fastener through that hole. Ooh, she's very floppy. And I'm going to take my leg and I'm going to put the brass fastener through the bottom hole of the leg. Through the bottom hole of the leg. And then I'm going to fold down the brass fastener. And if you are having some troubles, you can always look at the diagram on the printable that we gave you guys, or on our website too. So now we're going to take our last leg and do the same thing. We're going to take our brass fastener. We're going to stick it through the front of our superhero. Stick it through the front. Like that. And then we are going to stick our leg onto the brass fastener. We're going to stick the brass fastener through the bottom hole and then fold it flat. And if you are using pipe cleaners, you can do the same thing I showed earlier, but on all of the legs. So here is our superhero. Her arms and legs should kind of wobble around there. It looks pretty silly. So we can start working on joining the arms and the legs together so they move when we pull on them. So you're going to want to get your string now. Get your string. So I'm actually using embroidery thread. That's going to work really good, but you can use yarn. You can use any type of string. We're not picky here. So I'm just going to cut a bit of string off here. And this pipe part might be tricky, so you can ask one of your parents for help on this. But we are going to take our string. And we are going to put the string through the top hole of our arm. Through the top hole of that arm. and we're going to tie a knot. So the string is attached to the top of our arm. So, and if you're having troubles seeing what I'm doing, you can also look at the instructions that we gave you guys too, because there are pictures that show. So I've tied that onto the top of her arm. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to tie this string through the top hole on the other side so that our two arms are linked with a piece of string. I'm just going to cut my string because it was a bit long. So again, we're going to put that string through the top hole, and then we're going to tie it. So you want to make sure that her arms or his arms are down. They're in the down position, and that the string is tight when they're in the down position like this. You don't want your arms up. You want your arms down. So I'm going to tie a knot there. And again, you can ask your parents or your guardians for some help with this. But try to make sure it's as tight as you can get it. And try to do a double knot too if you can. You want this to be sturdy. And cut off any extras. Oops. So I've got my string nice and tight there. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the legs. I'm going to tie a piece of string connecting the two top holes of the legs. So I'm going to get my string again, and I'm going to put the string through the top hole of the one leg, and I'm going to tie a knot. And don't pull too hard or else you'll rip the paper. You don't want to rip the paper because you guys have spent so much time making the puppets. So you want to be very gentle. So I'm going to tighten that knot. Tighten the knot, and then we are going to do the same thing on the other side. We are going to bring the string over and put it through the hole on the other leg. And this looks very funny right now with her head hanging down like that, looking through her legs anyways. So we're going to pull the string through and tie a knot there. And again, you want to make sure her legs are down when you are tying her up. And don't pull too hard. You don't want to rip your puppets. You can also reinforce these edges with tape when you're done. That'll help them last longer. And I'm going to just do a double knot on here to make sure that it stays in place. So I've got my legs done, and I'm going to cut off the extra string. And now I'm just going to need just another piece of string. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer because this is going to be our pulling string. So if you want to know how long you need your string, you're going to want it, if you take it, your string, you hold it at the top of your puppet and you hang it down. You want it to hang down there. So the next step is we're going to take our string and we're going to tie this string, the end of the string, into the middle of the string of the arms. And again, you can check out the diagram that we gave you, but we're going to take this string and we're going to tie it around the middle of our arm string here. So the middle, the part that goes between the two arms, that's where we're going to tie it. So see there, I've tied it in between there, and I'm just going to tie a double knot just like I did with the arms and the legs. Make sure it's in the middle. If it's off to one side, it doesn't work as well. So you guys can test your puppet, your arms, see? So they go up and down like that. Oh, this one got stuck. But there you go. So now that we can move our arms, hello, 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 we can do our legs. So we're going to take the string that we used to tie in the middle of the arms. Oh, put your arm down, Missy. And we're going to tie it into the middle of the legs. And we want to make sure that this string here is not loose, that it's tight between the arms and the legs. So we're going to put the string through the legs, that middle part of the legs, and we're going to tie it. So you can see there, I've got the string through the legs now, and I'm just going to make a knot there, right at the point where they join together. All right. And you can do a double knot there, but I'm just going to test out my lady and see how she works here. So we've got our, oh, my legs are curling here. So we've got our puppet. So let's just see if she works. Yes, that is awesome, guys. Look at this. So neat. But we still have one last thing to do. We still need to add the cape, which is one of the most important things. So we're going to come back to this page and we are going to color in our cape, whatever color you would like. So I did my cape blue, so I am going to color in my cape a nice blue color. And you can color in both sides of your cape so that your puppet can be seen from both sides, which makes it a little more fun. So we're going to color all of this cape, and it is a big area to color this cape. I wish this was like a computer where you just click something and then it's all of the one color all at once. That would make this go by so quick. All right, I got some of mine colored. Gotta still keep going though. And maybe your superhero doesn't have a cape. If your superhero doesn't have a cape, then you are done just like that, just how we finished there. But I think the cape looks pretty awesome. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I am not going to color the middle. You guys know why I'm not going to color the middle? Because our superhero is going to be in front of it, so it doesn't matter. So once I've got this colored, I'm going to cut it out with my scissors. Cut all the way around here. So here is our cape almost ready to go on. So we are going to take this and we are going to glue it onto the back of our superhero. But there's something really important that you need to remember when you're gluing this. If we put glue all on the back and stuck it on the back of our puppet wouldn't be able to move. So the only place that we can glue is the area that says glue here, and it's at the top. So we're going to put a bit of glue on there, and then we are going to attach that onto the top of her body. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right on the top of her body, we're going to glue that. It's the exact same place that a cape would actually stick onto your body, right? So right on the back of your neck, that's where we're going to put this cape. So I'm going to add a bit of glue onto this. Don't need a lot, because if you put a lot on, it might rip up some of your puppet strings, and we don't want to do that. Oh yeah, there's my puppet girl. I'm going to just curl her cape. It seems to be flipping the wrong way. Excellent. So here is my puppet girl, and she is ready to go. Awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining us for Quarantine this week for everything superhero. We made capes and masks. We did our 3D building target practice. We developed our own superhero background. We drew those lovely superhero pictures, and we made our superhero puppets. So thanks for joining. You'll see me on Tuesday at the farm making butter. So make sure you get some whipping cream. Please like and share this video. That helps out the museum so much. Please consider making a small donation on our website, or check out our Teachers Pay Teachers website. And thanks so much one more time, guys. You guys have been awesome. And yeah, I hope that we see you soon.